What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled Getting Stuck in the Middle Class. I know the middle class has been shrinking. But these next two videos inspired by a hangout last night with O'Shea Duke Jackson. So check that out and subscribe to all the people on the panel. Here's the thing. We don't talk about, like people in the middle class are the buffer class for the people in the lower class. That's their leg up to attempt to go into the upper class. And how people usually get stuck in the middle class is because they're investing in people in the middle class or in the lower class, i.e. family, friends, in their children, and even investing in their own kids. And because we think about, why these people didn't open up businesses and why people didn't do certain things. Sometimes, when you look at it, you have a group of people. Somebody needs to be the stability in the family, right? So this person is the person that gets up and goes to work every day and brings home the bacon. The problem with that is that person has dreams and aspirations too. So they normally have to put their dreams and aspirations on the back burner to be the consistent breadwinner for the family. And I've seen this situation plenty of times. You got two people who get together, and one of them may have dreams and aspirations, and one's going to work, and the other is chasing their dream, and they're basically being financed by the person who's doing all the work, and they putting their dream on hold. So that leaves them stuck in the middle class, and it's like, oh, you go chase your dream, I'm gonna hold down the fort. But the problem is, a lot of times when people chase these dreams and aspirations, they don't have the same work ethic as the person that's going to punch in the clock every day. That's when they have, I want to be a writer. I got a writer's block. I want to be a musician, but I can't feel the music. I want to be a painter, but I'm just not inspired. They just wasting time, and they're wasting the time. They're wasting is wasting money. That wasting money is keeping that person stuck in the middle class, because if that was the case, they could have did something for themselves. Same thing when you invest in the kids, right? Well, people forget that you invested in kids, whether they be yours or other family members or other friends' kids. Here's the problem. You want your kids and kids around you to have a better opportunity at success than you did. But kids have no concept of money and what it takes to get them in these things that they want to do. So you have a lot of kids who waste a lot of money because, I wanna play this. Okay, well, let's play it. I got my feelings hurt. I want to quit. So now how many things have children quit? Money down the drain, right? And then why didn't you ever chase your dreams? Oh, wow. Good job, We don't talk about, you have adults who are screw ups, who maybe screw up, who just may be poor, who nickel and dime you to death. It's like being around somebody who's rich. If you be around somebody that's rich, everybody expects them to always pick up the tab. So this same thing happens if you're in the middle class. If you're making the most money out of the group, you're expected to, you throwing something at your house. There's gonna be people who don't lift a finger, don't do nothing. So you having a family dinner. The family don't bring nothing. The family invites you to come to dinner, but then they call you and ask you to bring a bunch of stuff because they're not prepared. They nickel and dime you, and it keeps you in the middle class. This is part of what has people living paycheck to paycheck that we don't want to talk about. It's not just you got a raise and now you up your spending habits. And if anybody who read Rich Dad Poor Dad, they know what I'm talking about. It's also people draining you. We don't talk about not being able to pass down skills from one generation to the next because you got family and you got friends who you can teach to do things that'll make them self-sufficient. You can teach them how to fish instead of giving them food all the time, right? But they don't want to fish, but they want you to go fishing and bring back food and then share it with them while they want to do their thing. And they thing, costs you in the long run, not them. One of the other things that leaves you stuck is in this scenario. If you had a family that feels like they invested in you or lied, because there's some families who didn't invest in you and they just lied and said they did. Now all of a sudden you got to take care of the people of your family, the elders in your family, and it's not the parents that's the issue. It's usually the people who are latched on to the parents, because what winds up happening is there are people who actually had to go get it in life, and then there are the people who are actually waiting on their parents to die so they can inherit everything. And all these games they playing are being sorry individuals stem to that. I don't want to do. I tried. I'm trying. I'm getting it together. I got a lot going on. I need help. That type of stuff. So I've seen situations where you're taking care of your parents because they're getting old, but you're taking care of your siblings or their children because they've been lifelong screw ups. I just want my kids to have a better life, but you don't want to be but you're the parent in the situation that don't want to provide your kids a better life. You want to dump them off on your other family member, and you wonder why. And this family member can't do the things that they can't chase their dreams. And this is what I mean, because as you get older, you see a lot of older people deciding to do things that young people do. Oh, I'm gonna travel the world. Oh, I'm gonna open up a new business. Why you open up a business and you just retired? Well, why are you traveling and you just old? Well, because they had to put their whole life on hold to take care of y'all, and y'all are not returning on the investments that they put in, which left them stuck in the middle class. This is the reason why some of these people, why it takes 30 years to pay off a mortgage with people, because the people that they're attached to are how can I say this? They are time and money garbage cans. You just throwing shit away with them. You throwing your time away, you throwing your money away, and it's usually because they're using the kids. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is also about education and stuff like that. You have people stuck in the middle class because they're either paying for their kids' college or paying as much as they can for their kids' college while they're in college, or they're taking them back in as adults in hopes that they can pay off their debts so they can go out into the world. Giving them down payments for homes and paying rent and stuff like that. And they got, you got people out here who are young adults who are living in apartments and living, and have roommates, and they're not paying rent. Their parents actually are. And They're playing around trying to get it together, and you wonder why these people can't never get out of middle class, because they can't save as much as anybody else. Why? Because you're using their money. And the irony of it is, what happens is these people are the people who you say, oh man, they always on point, they always got it together. So now they got to take care of you, your family, they family. You know, every now and then they're taking care of friends. Nobody's looking out for them. And I guarantee you, when they're old and need help, nobody's going to be around. So if they need medical help, they're on their own. If they need therapy, they're on their own. If they need a ride somewhere, they're on their own. You get what I'm saying? So it leaves them stuck in the middle class. And then people wonder, well, why are some people who have a lot of money so selfish? Because at some point you're going to get caught up in that ideology, like, I'm not getting nothing out of helping all these people, and I want to enjoy my life. And helping everybody else achieve their goals is put my goals on the back burner, and I'm stuck in this same position. And people feel like, oh man, but you're living good, you got nice stuff, you drive a nice car, you got a nice house, you got nice clothes. But here's the problem. The money that they want to invest in themselves for their dreams, because we're supposed to be a community of people helping each other, they're invested in everybody else and they're invested in failures of people. And nobody wants to address this. Nobody wants to say, a lot of people are stuck in the middle class because they're doing their job to give you a leg up in life, and you just fucking off the money and time. You don't act like you owe these people. You don't return. And to be perfectly honest, it'll be a wash. They'll wipe their hands and say, I'm glad I did it. If a lot of you folks would just do what the hell you're supposed to do and become self-sufficient in life. But a lot of y'all don't. A lot of y'all don't. Which is a problem. Big, big problem. And then you get these people are stuck in the middle class. And you have people who I know who are retirement age, who can't fully enjoy their fucking retirement because motherfuckers want to live off of them and need their money and time even when they're retired. They done put in 20, 30, 40 years taking care of people, and they can't even retire in peace. And y'all don't see a problem with that. I mean, you could have been a millionaire. They probably could have been a millionaire. But you know who fucked that up? Their good heart fucking with your lazy bum ass. And a lot of people don't want to address this. This is why I say it's about the kids. Because when we talk about the community and we need to take care of the kids, a lot of these people are using their kids as a buffer to somebody else's lifestyle, and they dragging that person down or keeping that person stagnant. We don't, you know, this is why, and I can say I live better than my grandparents. I can definitely say that. And my grandparents definitely helped me. I can definitely say that. Here's the problem. Do you really want to know how many people I know and that you know who you've seen your parents and your grandparents invest in, that are still fucking up looking for somebody to help them to this day? They go from one person to the next, 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 doing dumb shit, wasting a lot of people's time and a lot of people's money, and people create a lifestyle of this. This is why some of us don't get ahead, because there are people who are just traveling loser leeches, swearing that, I'm going to get it together this time. I know people in their 60s showing up at people's doors. I need some help. I'm going to get it together, I swear. You've been doing this shit before I was born. You ain't never going to get it together. Don't you think you need to help out the family? Don't you think you need to help out the family? Well, I've been trying. No, the fuck you haven't. No, you haven't. I've watched grandparents go to their grave giving their last dimes to failures and failed kids. I watched parents die doing the same thing. Now you want, and I watch families separate because they fighting over money and property because they want the last of what's left. I watch people give away fucking homes that they've inherited. I watch people blow through hundreds of $1,000s that they've inherited. That they could have used that money in those homes to make sure that they're straight and their kids are in a good position. But what did they do with that? They fucked it off. I'm gonna go turn up. I'm 55 years old. It's time for me to live. You've been living for 55 years, fucking up. And then when it's all gone, I don't know what I was thinking. It was just the cocaine and the weed and the Hennessy and all the bitches that I just wanted to get. I just wanted to feel like I was alive. Here's the problem. You've been doing that shit for 35 years, though. The same shit that you crying about today is the same shit you've been doing for 35 years. And you had kids and marriages along the way. Well, I swear I'm going to get it together next time. If God sees fit to bless me one more time. This is why people get stuck in the middle class. And you got to blame the people who do this because of the discernment. Sometimes you just got to let people go. So, I'm done. We out.